Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man video. We are playing Blue-Red Delver, and this time we're playing against a Goblins deck, which isn't a major player in Modern, but is a interesting deck and an interesting matchup here. Actually one that's a little difficult for the Blue-Red Delver deck, at least with the way I'm set up at the moment. Obviously you don't really want too many sideboard cards that are like sweepers, because they kill pretty much all your creatures, so it's a little bit of a struggle against these sort of decks. Had a mulligan there. I think my hand was like all land and a leak or something, so fairly easy mulligan, and this looks a little bit better. So we're on a play, so we're just going to go for that Delver. Pass the turn. Going to crack toward the foothills and plays the Foundry Street Denizen. We get the flip on our Delver. Oh. Actually, we didn't get to see his hand there, but I think it's basically a load of goblins. I think he's got Foundry Street Denizen, Attack Maniac, a couple of Bushwhackers, maybe something else, can't quite remember. Decided to attack. I feel like I'm going to do more damage than he is next turn, potentially. But maybe we should have stayed back. I don't know, I don't really want to trade my Delver for a Denizen if possible. I think it's Tech 3 here. Not the best, but equally great for us. Keep back my Insectile Aberration here. I'm expecting to play the Bushwhacker that I saw last turn with my probe. So I'm going to keep my leak up, and I mean, if that's all he plays, then hopefully we can trade off. I mean, we can get a decent block on one of his goblins, and that'll be fairly good for us. Definitely want to counter this Bushwhacker. He's attacking with all his guys, so I'm going to block one of the Denizens, which has the bolt. I don't know why he didn't bolt before attacking, because he would have got an extra point of damage there, but yeah, not a great position for us. We've got a Snapcaster, but not a lot of great targets in the graveyard. Don't really want to be losing life from probe all that much when we're under this kind of pressure, so it's all fairly bad news. Swimmer Visions finds us a Vapor Snag. We have a Swift Spear on top, but I didn't feel like that was something we particularly wanted. I can't remember what the other card was, but equally wasn't going to win us this game. Definitely in a really bad position here. We know he has another Bushwhacker, so this is going to be pretty brutal. Going to be able to Vapor Snag one of these guys, go down to 2, and actually our opponent has the Goblin Grenade, so we don't even get another draw step, but yeah, pretty bad news for us. I suppose if he hadn't had the grenade, maybe we could have come back into it, get a Snapcaster, Vapor Snake one of his guys, and then I suppose we could Treasure Cruise and maybe find some burn spells or something, but yeah, it was a bit of a tough one, and he was just a little bit too fast for us. So let's go on to game 2. So this hand looks fairly sweet. Got, apart from the lack of land, I suppose, we've got a couple of Swift Spears, which are nice. That their 1/2s actually means they're decent blockers as well as attackers, so I quite like that. Got Forward Bolt, which could be really powerful against him. Probably going to be able to take out a couple of his creatures if we bide our time. Pillar, obviously, good removal as well, so like this. Just going to fetch up the Steam Vents, drop a Swift Spear and get in for 1. Pass over to our opponent. Just going to drop a Maniac, which is fine. I'm going to probe here. Obviously you really want that second land, so it's one of the main reasons for probing. Obviously it triggers prowess as well, which is nice. Means we can attack into this Attack Maniac if we so wish. So we see a Goblin War Driver, a Goblin Rabble Master, a War Marshal, a Lightning Bolt and a Goblin Grenade, which is a little scary. Doesn't have a third land for the Rabble Master, so that's kind of nice. Means we'll won't be seeing that too soon. And we're not too scared by a War Driver or a War Marshal, etc. Good targets for our Fault Bolt, so it's a decent hand for him, but I think we've got the tools to deal with it, so I think that's fine. Now, Stone Vision again, we're looking for those lands. Otherwise, I would have definitely wanted to play the other Monastery Swift Spear before we started playing our further spells out. We found an island, which is nice. Steve Benson, Lightning Bolt. Can't quite remember if I put one on top. I think, yeah, top. So we can draw on Steve Benson next turn, and Lightning Bolt the following turn. Should be pretty sweet. We've drawn into Young Pyromancer, which is really good in this matchup. Obviously, being able to make 1/1 tokens that can trade off for most of his guys is pretty awesome, and it's just a sort of something he can't really keep up with. Obviously, we know he's got removal spells, but hopefully we'll be able to get enough value out of the Pyromancer before that hurts us too badly. Going to attack 3 here. One isn't going to block. He just plays a War Driver, which is fine. Has to attack with the Maniac, put it down to 13. And then Pillar of Flame, his War Driver, make a token, and I can use the token to trade off with the Maniac if I want to. For 2 with the Swift Spear. And bolts, and then grenades, just leaving us with a token. Unusual, but seems fine. We're going to be able to Treasure Cruise here after dropping our Swift Spear. So we get 2/3, and we get to restock, which is nice. Get into 3, putting up and down to 10. And there's a Rebel Master and a Maniac. And gets dropping a Goblin to attack with. Which is fine. I think we are going to drop the Swift Spear, bolt the Rebel Master, then 4th bolt the other 2 guys, and also his attack for 7, which wraps it up. One concedes, 1 card in hand, and we'll have lethal next turn. So yeah, wrapped that up pretty nicely. Had a really good hand full of removal, and just worked out really well there. So takes us to a decider, game 3. So let's see if we can get on that underway. So this is our opener. Not ideal, but Swift Spear is a decent blocker at least. I can't remember if I keep this or not. Let's see. No. Yeah, I can see not keeping it. Definitely a lot of lands for what we would. Definitely a lot more lands than we would like in our opening hand. This is slightly better. Delver's obviously a threat. Potentially trade as well. Snapcaster's not great without anything to back it up, but hopefully we'll draw into some removal spells, etc. And Mana Leak can be useful to get rid of his bigger spells. So he plays a Denizen, then a Maniac. Attacks to. I trade drawing a Fault Bolt off the top, but I just don't want to take too much damage too soon. Might have been better off just waiting. It was flipping the Fault Bolt off the top and then being able to kill both his guys and then have a 3/2 Delver would have been sweet. So maybe that was a misguided play in trading there, but I just felt I could sacrifice it to some degree, given that I have another Delver. One goes for Chieftain. Fortunately we kept up Mana Leak mana, so we're definitely going to get rid of that. I'm going to take 2, but that seems fine. Obviously looking to get some value out of the Fault Bolt, so drop a Swift Spear and a Delver. The turn. Attacks. Feel like we are going to eventually get some value out of our Fault Bolt. don't see any particular reason to trade either. Crack our fetch there just to get whatever was on the top off. I've quite forgotten what it was. Let's say there. No, no, that was it. Oh, it was a basic land. So there's a mountain on top, so we shuffled that away with our fetch, and instead drew a young pyromancer, which is nice. The fog bolting both his guys. Yeah, I think I'll put steam vents into play untapped. Might have been better off putting into play untapped. Obviously, I didn't know what I was going to draw, so obviously young pyromancer plus fog bolt would have been a lot nicer than having that come into play untapped. But I think I was just trying to preserve our life total as much as possible. 2 with our Swiss Spear, so if he wants to trade, that is more than fine. Could have held it back, but trying to remain at least somewhat aggressive. So look. Double flips off a Gataxian Probe, which is nice. Feeling very much in the driver's seat. We've got Snapcaster Fault Bolt as well, which I think is what we're going to do here. So play the Snapcaster, get the Fault Bolt, kill off his guys, and I think that prompts the concession, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it looks like our opponent concedes. So yeah, kill off his guys, leave him with a 1/1 token. He's only got 2 cards in hand. We'll be able to attack 5 this turn down to 9. Got an increasing amount of pressure. Actually, a young pyromancer and a Gataxian Probe in hand as well to further mount the pressure, and that turns out pretty nicely. So yeah, not always an easy matchup to face, but you definitely have a lot of good cards that can deal well with that situation. Fault Bolt is very nice against this kind of deck with filled with 1/1s, etc. Also, young pyromancer is a really good card if you can get that active quickly, as it just trades off with all their guys. So not bad at all. Monster Swiss Spear as well is even a fairly decent blocker as a 1/2. So yeah, not always an easy matchup, but worked out pretty well here in the end, and managed to pick that one up. So